Welcome back. Tomorrow, Monday, the afternoon movie will be My Dear Secretary, starring Kirk Douglas, Lorraine Day, and Keenan Wynn. It's a very light, bubbly, kind of silly comedy, but fun, in which a testy author meets a secretary who has written a bestseller. Lots of laughs. That's My Dear Secretary, tomorrow, Monday, at 5 o'clock.
I stayed only because I didn't want to cause a scene in front of your landlady, but I'm really leaving now.
What an idea! What an idea! Take your stuff. Come on, take it down. Get your pad. Well, where's your pad? When you're gonna have a pad, you can't go to job like this without a pad. Go on, I'll find a pad for you,
right? And Monday night, your Monday Western, which will be Run for Cover, starring James Cagney, Vivica Lindfors, and John Derrick. This is a very taut Western about two bandits and their reformation. Cagney is, as always, excellent and gets very good support both from the Swedish actress Vivica Lindfors and John Derrick, who started off in films as a very good-looking young leading man. And then he became a photographer, and he was married to some very beautiful women, including, of course, the 10 herself, Bo Derek. He was also married to Ursula Andress, and he took photographs of them for Playboy and became famous as a photographer. He's now a producer along with his wife, Bo Derek. That's Run for Cover, your Monday Western, tomorrow night.
2 shots. Did they come at you?
We figured there was a signal.
What made you figure that?
Last time?
Never mind about last time. Did we make any move at you?
I wasn't taking no chances.
Tell the truth. Did we or didn't we?
6 years in a stinking cell because I happen to look like another man. 6 years out of my life because men made up their minds too fast. Men like you.
And Tuesday, the early movie will be The Left Hand of God. It stars Humphrey Bogart, Gene Tierney, and Lee J. Cobb, in which an American in the Far East gets involved in the private wars of a Chinese warlord, played in fine style by Lee J. Cobb. It's an adventure story, and a very gripping one, too.
Come back with me, Jimmy. I'll double your salary.
Now, you'd have to shoot me sometime. I like being boss, too.
Don't be a fool. I stopped the caravan in the hills. There were 2 priests from Xinjiang. They know who you are. You'll be unmasked. You'll be disgraced.
Don't you worry about it, Yang. They're here in answer to a letter I wrote. It's been a long time since I went walking out with a pretty girl.
Do you always startle people like that, Father?
Why?
One doesn't think of priests ever walking out with girls.
Well, I wasn't born a priest. As a matter of fact, I can remember the day when I was voted the loudest dresser in college.
The Left Hand of God, your early movie on Tuesday. And Dallas, you'll be happy to hear, should be much earlier this week. Should be at about 10:15 or 10:20. That's Dallas on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, the movie, After the Winds of War and International News, will be Wedding Party, starring Jill Clayburgh and Charles Pfluger. This is about a wedding party and about preparations for a wedding despite the objections of both families.
Oh, bother, Baker. You've forgotten the salt again.
Madam, I'm sorry to say that I can't.
Of course you can. We all can.
Baker, I want my egg coffee at 8 tomorrow morning. I got to be on the tee at 9:30.
Miss Lovett, Frank, and Willie? Hi, Charlie. It feels fine meeting you. She's going to be a bride tonight, Charlie.
Charlie, I'm so glad.
How do you do, Charlie? Phoebe, my sister. I want you to meet her, too.
Well.
Thursday afternoon at the movies, which again will be at 4 o'clock, will be My Man Godfrey, starring June Allison and David Niven. This is a remake of a super comedy starring Carol Lombard and William Powell. And although David Niven is very good as Godfrey, June Allison isn't quite up to the wacky, comedic style of Carol Lombard. But it's a very entertaining film with a lot of home truths along the way. It's about a butler who competes for his mistress's affections.
I wish we could do everything together.
Oh, that'd be fine, as long as I don't have to have my toenails lacquered.
Oh, Godfrey, you have a wonderful sense of humor. I wish I had a sense of humor. Only I never can think of anything to say until everybody's gone home.
You really have grown very fond of that family, haven't you?
Sort of.
All of them?
Some of them.
Well, I see what I can do.
Now, look, I'm not going to let you marry somebody just to help me out. You know that, don't you?
Darling, no one lets a woman marry anyone or even talks her into it.
And then, of course, after some cartoons will be that excellent discussion program, 10 to 20, with your host, Elaine Wint-Leslie, so don't miss that. At 8:35, we'll be presenting a preview of a program. We'd like your reaction to it, whether you'd be interested in a series of them. It's called That's Hollywood, and it shows, it's similar to Standby Lights, Camera, Action, because it shows how certain effects in films are got, and scenes from films, along with a lot of mistakes. It's good fun. That's called That's Hollywood, and that'll be at 8:35 on Thursday, before Face to Face and Fall Conquest, of course. Friday night's first film is called Love at First Sight, and it stars Dan Aykroyd and Marianne MacDonald. The title is slightly ironic because in this Dan Aykroyd plays a blind person, but it's done, the whole film is done with great humor. It's witty, it's warm, and it's wise. That's Love at First Sight, your first film on Friday night.
I can hear people laughing behind my back. I hear them laughing. Nobody's pulling the wool over my eyes. Well, here it is.
Roy,
Yes, Shirley?
I can't see.
You mean...
No, you've got the light off.
Oh, I'm sorry.